Bet you didn't see that. Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we'll be looking at some Resident Evil details you never noticed. For this list, we'll be looking at various little key details that are hidden throughout the Resident Evil franchise. These can be Easter eggs, references to other pieces of pop culture, or just fun little details that Capcom decided to throw into the game to make the world feel more alive.
What was that? Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Giant Holes, Resident Evil 2 Remake. While wandering around the police station in the Resident Evil 2 Remake, you may notice that some of the walls have been badly damaged. It's certainly an odd little detail, considering the rest of the police station seems to be in relatively good shape. So what caused this damage? The answer seems to be everyone's favorite Resident Evil villain, the Nemesis. The police station sections of Resident Evil 3 actually take place prior to the events of Resident Evil 2, so these holes are likely the damage caused by the Nemesis rampaging through the police station. It's also interesting to note that the holes themselves lead directly to the STAR's office. Redrum, Resident Evil 2. Any piece of horror entertainment should bow and show respect to The Shining. That should just be a law. The developers of Resident Evil 2 certainly thought so, as they snuck The Shining's iconic Redrum into the game. For those who haven't seen the movie, Redrum is murder spelled backwards, and it's something that Danny writes on a door and repeats while in a trance. The word itself can be found spray painted on a boarded up window in the hallway section of the police station. All we need now is a psychopath chasing us through the halls with an axe, and we'll be good to go.
Here's Johnny!
Playground Fun, Resident Evil 6. While RE6 isn't exactly one of the most well-received games in the series, there was this rather hilarious Easter egg to entertain fans in a different way. At the start of Chapter 3, in Chris and Pierce's campaign, the pair can come across a playground. This playground just so happens to have context-sensitive actions that allow for Chris to ride on a rocking panda, or for both men to go down the slides, all while maintaining their serious faces. Once you unlock Ada, you'll also be able to send her down the slide. Unlike the men though, she lets out her inner child. Made in Heaven in the Redfield house, Resident Evil.
Chris? Take care.
The developers are clearly fans of Queen, as the Resident Evil series is chock full of references to the band. More interesting is how their album Made in Heaven seems to be tied to the Redfields. Chris's alternate outfits in both versions of Resident Evil, and Claire's primary red outfit in Resident Evil 2 have the Made in Heaven logos on their jackets.
What was that?
It is the Resident Evil 2 remake, although the thin black lines on Claire's red jacket make it difficult to see. This is a reference to Queen's 15th and final studio album, which was released just 4 months prior to the first Resident Evil. Perhaps this inclusion was a tribute to Freddie Mercury, Queen's legacy, and the end of their iconic run.
All right. Jill and I will stay and secure this area.
You pervert! Resident Evil 4.
Hey! What are you looking at?
You remember how annoying Ashley was? Yeah, those sections are still annoying, but at least we know there's a cool Easter egg hidden within them. At various points throughout your adventures, you will need to catch Ashley as she drops from a ledge. But if instead you decide to look up her skirt, Ashley will cover her legs and condemn you with a variety of sayings.
Oh, you pervert!
These include, Leon, where are you looking? Hey, what are you looking at? And if you persist, she'll even call you a pervert. Now these are the kind of Easter eggs we love, the kind that knows its audience and knows what some of them may get up to. No Children, Resident Evil 4.
Tenemos que irnos.
Have you ever noticed that Resident Evil 4 doesn't contain children? Of course, this is nothing new for violent video games. In the Grand Theft Auto universe, children just don't exist. Not even in big cities like New York and Los Angeles. However, unlike GTA, there is actually a canonical reason for the lack of children, but the answer is rather disturbing.
Want to start explaining?
According to the prequel book Biohazard 4 Incubate, all the children of the village died after being injected with the Plagueis eggs, as young bodies cannot bring the eggs to maturity. So now you have the horrifying answer as to why there are no children. They're all dead.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Zombie Brad, Resident Evil 2. Brad Vickers could be found in both Resident Evil and Resident Evil 3. However, he can also be found in 2, provided you follow the necessary measures. And those measures aren't particularly hard. You simply need to reach the underground tunnel at the police station without picking up any items along the way. Once there, you will find a zombified Brad who is equally difficult to kill due to his star's jacket. This is a bit of a spoiler for Resident Evil 3, which is when we actually watch Brad die at the hands of the Nemesis. In the remake, there is no zombie Brad, but there is a poster of him in the location where you would usually find him. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.